Hello and welcome to Edo's Catch Up, the only show where... Oh, my wig!
And cup and butts.
Oh, I like cup and butts.
Yeah, you do. Thought you'd like that one.
Yeah, I do like that. I always wonder, how long does it take you to come up with those? And I say that for someone that didn't come up with it and said it as it came out.
Not very long. I usually look through my news and just go, yeah, it'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the funniest parts of one of my pieces of news.
Yep.
That's generally it.
That'll do. That's what this is called. Well, it's not what it's called. That's what the other thing is called.
It's the other thing.
That already exists.
It's all just intertwining now.
Yeah. Which has just become one big show. This is the catch up. Josh, have you been doing anything with your life?
No. I saw the Beths.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the band that I talked about in episode 30. And it was great. Really like them. If anything, if I was to say anything and give them any constructive criticism, it would be that they weren't very creative with their songs in a live setting. They didn't do anything new, really.
Yep. They didn't do like a good stop and let everyone talk. Just we're gonna take
just
a
everyone
breather.
Chatting. Yeah. There wasn't kind of like, extended versions or like cool atmospheric introductions to songs or anything. It was kind of just
listening
like
to an
album.
Live.
Yeah. Which was still great. They reproduced every song incredibly well.
Yep.
It was really fun. Like, they were very funny. They're very dry, very dry and awkward, which just made the whole thing so much better. I loved it. But yeah, if I could say anything, just play around with your songs a little bit.
Have a little fiddle.
Have a bit of fun. Have a fiddle.
Have a fiddle. Just
that's
on
right.
stage.
The only other thing it was the thing that I was going to mention last time, and you said just tell us next time. Which I totally forgot, and I think I mentioned that I had forgotten.
Yes.
But it hasn't happened since, but it happened twice, 2 days in a row. A crow turned up at my windows in my apartment and was like knocking with its beak at the windows, which is super weird. Like, it was real. It freaked the hell out of me the first time it happened, because I'm like, there is a bird in my apartment. I could hear it crowing.
Yeah.
Or whatever the sound is.
Phrase is,
and then like knocking, and I'm like, there's something in my apartment, and I don't know how,
it's
because
in the
all
walls,
my windows
man.
are closed. Yeah, man. Like, seriously, that was one of the thoughts. I was walking around, and the first time it happened, I just saw it like at my window. I'm on the third floor.
Yeah.
So it's just like sitting on the windowsill on the outside, just crowing and knocking at the window for some reason. So I took a step into the laundry and it flew away. And then the following day, during a work meeting, I looked at the window and there was a freaking crow at the window knocking and crowing at me during my work meeting while I'm trying to talk.
Yeah.
Rude.
Very rude.
Ridiculous. And then one more thing happened like 2 days ago, maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I got a phone call
from the crow. Not
from the crow.
Okay.
From the People's Republic of China, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was just one of those like scam emails, but it was from the proc.
You got from the proc.
That's right. Yeah. Nice.
My brain.
But the phone number that I received this from was 000-118 675-582-233-612.
That seems like a
very valid phone number. It's insane. It's like a 20-digit phone number. It's stupid. But when I saw it come up, I'm like, no, I'm not answering this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then they just left a message and said, People's Republic of China.
They said,
knock.
Let me in, bitch.
Get out, get away. Ridiculous. How about you?
That just reminds me of when the bathroom got renovated and like it happened. It sounded like there was a cricket in there. We were like, whatever. And then for like months, just throughout the house, you could hear a cricket. So clearly a cricket, when the walls had been ripped off, the cricket got in.
Right.
And they put everything back up. And so he was just in different parts of the house because he was able to just travel between the walls.
Yeah. But he probably didn't last too long, right?
Jiminy's dead. Jiminy's well dead. Not much has happened for me. I might cut this bit out, or it might be a funny bit. Did you end up catching up on all the Assassin's Creed news?
Kind of. No, not really.
I was just going to
I watched some trailers and stuff.
Yeah, as a catch-up, for me, all I've been doing is cutting Ubisoft videos, but then that Ubisoft content has been in other videos that I've been cutting, and so my catch-up is, do you want to know about Ubisoft? So...
I do.
Mainly the Assassin's Creed stuff. I don't know, I can't remember the Ubisoft stuff, but... Because Assassin's Creed, famously, not Ubisoft. 3 games. The next one, the Mirage one, which we already knew about, is with the dude from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It looks fucking exciting because it's all set in the lead up and around like Assassin's Creed 1 stuff. So like a lot of the locations are there and the like hidden figures or whatever. No, that's the film about the NASA project.
Templars?
Yeah, Templars and stuff. And so the game's like going into the nitty gritty of the cultures and not just like they exist. It's like, how does the civilization function under the ground and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I saw today, I don't know how much I believe it, but I saw today that apparently it's a 15 to 20 hour campaign.
It's action adventure story, single narrative focused. So it's not an expanding open world. It's like...
So it's an Uncharted?
Basically, well, because they've phrased it being a tribute to the first game. It's intended to be like...
Okay.
If you enjoyed what the original games were, this is that. We're doing it again.
Interesting.
Because it's the 15th anniversary this year. So this is like it's an anniversary game. It's not like the things they've been doing. It's a nice back to basics game, which looks sick. Looks really cool. Then the next one is Hex-A, which we know very little about, but it's got a little triangle, and so people are like it's going to be set during the witching time, and so it may be magic driven, which is not really something they've gone all the way in on in Assassin's Creed, which is cool. And then I can't remember if I think no. So then there's a mobile game, which is Jade, which is AAA level graphics. It they show you sweeping shots of it building up, and you're like, oh, okay, like this is Assassin's Creed, but they just said mobile, and it looks pretty good. And that one's set in China. But then there's also the third game. So you've got Mirage, you've got Hex-A, and then a third game in the main line, which is also set in China. So we're getting 2 games that aren't just side scrollers. Set in China. So that's, I think, all the bits. And then Infinity, which was the rumored big crossover thing, is probably just an executable that has all the games in it. Because they were kind of like, it's either an executable or it's like an actual world that you can be in to get into the games as a Animus kind of thing, which is cool, but not quite the exciting thing. And then, as I was scrubbing through footage today of Valhalla's next update, you're going to want to play it. I tried to find articles. There's no way it's not him, but there's just a single shot of a guy in a hoodie with black hair and little bit of stubble, but and I'm like, you said that the end of Valhalla has a little face or a little voice that we're familiar with, and this is set to be the last DLC for Valhalla. So I think this DLC may be paying off that tiny little tease, which is very exciting. And we're getting back to Animus stuff, so it might all be heading towards a familiar voice and face. So and it's the 15 year. This year is the 15 years since the original. So if you were going to do something for Desmond, this might be it.
Nice. There you go. That's sick.
So
is that were there release dates for this? Is it this year? Is anything this year?
The only thing that this year is the Valhalla DLC. Everything else is near future.
Okay, cool.
I think Mirage is mid next year or late next year. Which I thought was really disappointing that for the 15th anniversary there's not actually a game. We're making a lot, but nothing's ready.
Yeah, they kind of missed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I got to get back and play the DLCs because there's been 2 for Valhalla and I've only heard good things.
Oh, yeah. Especially the roguelite one. That one is sick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Really cool.
I'll have to give it a go.
That's been my week. Technically, we're both going to have 3 newses each. Shall we talk about that news?
There you go. Let's talk about the news. Starting off the news, some cupping butts. So, an official Elden Ring manga has been released online. Official, legit official. It's all online. It's completely free.
Oh, interesting.
And it's a complete parody of the game. It's a joke.
Wow.
The whole thing is a joke. It's freaking hilarious. The first issue is called "You Thought This Would Be Serious, Didn't You?"
Very good. Very good.
Literally the name of it. The first few pages after the hero gets obliterated by the first boss, as is tradition in Souls games, we see the hero passed out on the ground, basically just in his underwear, but with 2 of the Elden Ring health vials cupped to his ass cheeks.
Amazing.
Like the alternate physical therapy method where they like have fire and they make it sort of suction to your skin. And he just wakes up, he's like, who the hell put these, like, cup these to my ass? It's super freaking weird.
All right.
And then, so that's like a frame that I've seen.
Yep.
And then there's another frame where the main girl that you talk to in the game, the one that I think everyone has the hots for, calls the main character a dimwit, and basically says you should put all of your points into intelligence.
Wow. I mean, that's going to turn a lot of people on as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
That'll get them.
So it's like, it's really weird. It's such a weird thing that is completely official.
And free. Like, this is the biggest game of the year. Like, that's make money on that, guys. I'm
totally
just saying.
Yeah. So Will, how do you think fans are handling this parody of the game?
Okay, so this game, which is like serious in tone, but generally fans have a lot of fun in it. So you'd kind of think that they would embrace the fact that an official media is like, oh, you like the funny stuff, we'll make the funny stuff. I imagine that they didn't like it.
They love it.
Oh!
Based on the articles. On the articles that I've seen, the things that the articles that I'm quoting, that they quoted, they actually love it. I would have thought that it would have been real bad. But
they're fans.
A lot of people basically saying that it's way better than the Dark Souls comics series that came out apparently. Which apparently like took itself too seriously and was too dark and stuff like that. And everyone's just like, this is how you continue a medium or a series outside of this. Just have fun with it. Just do some fun stuff.
Yeah, cool.
It is available on comicwalker.com, comic-walker.com, which is owned by a company called Kadokawa, which is apparently actually the parent company of FromSoft.
How lucky.
So they published it. So it's all very official, very legit. And it's all free. They just put it up. Comicwalker.com is a manga website. It's a website of comics. And so they just went, we'll just put this game that we own onto our comic website as well. I don't know what the company is.
Yeah, I want to know what else
I don't understand.
They publish or what else they do.
Yeah.
How interesting.
Yeah. Very cool little thing. It sounds funny. I kind of want to read it.
Yeah, totally. If it's free as well.
It seems small as well. Like chapter 1, generally manga chapters are quite long.
Yeah.
But I jumped on. Chapter 1 seemed to be 26 pages, so it's not much longer than like a normal comic that we would read.
Maybe the next Elden something game, we'll read that for Comic Book Club.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Well, from to the passing of an icon. To 2. I don't think they've ever wanted to Tutu. Obviously, it's been a big week in the last week. A very sad period of time for a lot of people, especially people of our great nation. Lyft is finally leaving stores by the end of this year, and it's breaking my heart. Yes, Joshua, you heard right. Lyft is going. The drink. Yes.
What?
Yes. This is a big year for you. First, it was the discontinuing of Starburst, where I found a quote because I was interested to know why that happened. Basically, they said it's from Europe and shipping stuff is hard, so we're just not going to bother anymore. That's why we're not getting Starburst.
Starburst, yeah. I think I saw that as well.
What the hell?
Insane.
What the hell?
Shut up. Shipping is not hard.
So I guess you might still be able to get Starburst from like European lolly shops and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, get yourself a liter bag of lollies.
Just a liter of gummy.
Yeah, melt it down. Nice. Well, it might be.
Hell yeah.
It's the only way to get it into the country.
It's true.
But the bigger news, because who gives a fuck about Starburst? Both of us, but that's not the point. Lift is going. Coca-Cola Australia's spokesperson told 7news.com.au that Lift cans and bottles will be phased out of stores by the end of the year as the company's focus shifts. Now, first off, I don't think I know there's not very many soft drink companies. I don't think I'd realized that Lift was part of Coca-Cola Company. I didn't realize...
Okay.
And the other thing Coca-Cola Company has is Sprite. So this is the wild thing that is happening. Sprite Lemon Plus with added caffeine and zesty lemon flavor is our new addition to the Sprite brand. And I will show you photos, Joshua. They are creating a new Lift. So we remember what Lift looks like. Yellow logo, black bluey font. What could Sprite Lemon Plus? What could the it's just Lift. It's just Lift.
Oh, good. I'm so glad it's still around, but that is freaking
so all
weird.
they're doing is, basically, from a brand standpoint, they've gone, it's weird that we have two lemon drinks. Why are they called different things? We're going to kill the word Lift, and make Sprite have a new
Kill the
flavor.
word lemon in the English language.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Fuck yeah. Coca-Cola Australia, taking lemon off the map. But yeah, so... we're not losing Lift at all. Sprite Plus is the same can. It's the same. It just has the word Sprite. It's interesting though for me because I think because of years of Sprite existing, Sprite is lemonade, not lemon squash, whereas Lift is lemon squash.
100%.
I get what they're doing. Like I get that they think that. No, I don't get what they're doing. Fuck them. In what world does still calling it Sprite and writing the word lemon doesn't change what I think Sprite is because it's lemonade.
Yeah. What is who owns
Solo?
Lift? Solo. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. The man's drink. Find that one out.
I feel like it's probably like Schweppes or something.
Yeah, maybe.
First launched by Cadbury Schweppes.
There you go.
Currently manufactured under license by Asahi?
What the fuck?
The beer?
Okay. We're learning things tonight.
Asahi Beverages has a broad portfolio of Australia's much-loved soft drinks. The diverse range includes marketing lead brands such as Schweppes, so they own Schweppes as well.
Right.
Sunkist, Solo, and Pepsi.
Yeah, wow. Again...
Asahi Beverages.
They're under the same umbrella. It's the same thing when you find out Coke owns multiple drinks. You're like, but they're Coke.
It's Asahi beer.
How wild.
Owns Pepsi and Mountain Dew,
Holy
Schweppes.
Shit. Wow.
Sunkist. What the heck?
All right. There's a lot of news to be had this episode.
So weird.
we got a lot of information.
Amazing.
But yes, basically, do not fear. Lift is coming back. Now move on to the next piece of news.
That's fair. All right. Blizzard is messing with people for being naughty in Diablo Immortal. So some third-party websites have somehow, we don't know how, no one understands how, but they've somehow been selling people... cheap Eternal Orbs, which is the premium currency in Diablo Immortal.
Yep.
Freaking weird. They're doing it, and a lot of people just jumped on and bought a whole bunch.
Yep.
So any player who has purchased these orbs has had them removed from their account, even if they've already spent them. How does that work?
Yeah.
Players have gone into Eternal Orb debt in the game. And the only way that they can obtain new ones is by buying enough to wipe their debt.
Holy shit.
From Blizzard. So say they've bought 1,000 orbs.
Yeah.
They're now minus 1,000 orbs in debt and they've got to buy their way out.
Ugh.
Which is insane.
How?
Yeah. So they've managed to work out how many people bought and they've removed that many, whether they were in surplus or whether they didn't have enough. So people have negative orbs. One player affected by the ban has contacted Blizzard and has requested that their character just be rolled back to before they bought the orbs because they're currently in $34,000 of orb debt. US dollars.
Yeah, that's never going to catch up.
Yes. Nope. They would have to spend nearly 50,000 Australian dollars to get out of orb debt.
Fucking hell.
And the reason why they can't just be like, forget it.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about the orbs. I just will never use them again.
Yeah.
Is because Blizzard is not banning people for doing this.
Yeah.
But they are cutting them out of certain features of the game if they're in orb debt.
Right. Shit.
Things like forming parties and engaging in group activities. So anything that you would do in like with your friends.
Yeah.
You can't do that if you're in orb debt.
Shit.
As I said before, we were in the previous news. We were kind of like, do you think fans are going to handle this well? Do you reckon there's going to be any like backlash about this? There has been backlash about this happening.
Yes.
But again, not in the way you'd think, because fans of the game that did not do this, think that Blizzard is being too lenient, and think that they should just straight out ban the players. So there are players that didn't do it, and they're just like angry at Blizzard.
Yeah, punish
for
them
still
more.
letting these people play the game.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is very interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like I kind of see both sides to it.
Yeah.
But it's just like no one can ever win. There's
Yeah.
There's no way that you can guess what people's expectations are going to be for any game ever.
Yep.
Or for anything that anyone
Any
puts out
reaction,
into that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much that one. It's a weird one.
God, gaming's weird.
It's so strange. It's so strange.
Remember when the worst thing was like loot boxes, and even then it's like, well, just don't open them. Just stay away. It's fine. Now this shit's happening.
Just don't pay for them. It's insane. It's so weird. Like the fact that someone is in $34,000 US in debt to Blizzard for, finding a backdoor.
Yeah.
Insane. Crazy. Crazy.
Well, speaking of backdoors, and there's no backdoors in this, but speaking of criminals, have you ever been to Krakow, Poland, Joshua?
No, I had to try and remember all of the places that I've been.
Yeah, in Poland.
It's 2. Well, just in the world.
Yeah.
It's 2.
That's fair. Well, in Krakow,
places.
Poland, and I assume most of Poland, there's a like EB Games-like thing called Media Market, but without the E.
Okay.
So it's just marked. But
okay.
I assume that's just a weird, dodgy translation thing, and they probably have an E. They have an E for that.
Yep.
At Krakow's Media Markt, there's been a life-size Lara Croft there since the 2013 game, because it's kind of one of the statues they would have done for that. Now, this thing is made of polystone, kind of the things that a lot of these big statues are made of, but had a realistic, I'll show you a photo in a bit, wig.
Okay.
It was fucking rough. But there's photos of people posing with the monument. No one's ever said it, but I would say it's Krakow's very own Statue of Liberty.
Interesting.
They would fall without this thing.
I would imagine so.
Yes. Well, sadly, 9 days ago, as reported on Reddit by Lizju,
It fell?
it didn't fall, but the wig was snatched, as kids say.
Snatched.
They say my wig was snatched. I've heard that.
Do
I've
they-
heard that.
do they say that?
I think that's a thing kids say.
Right.
But yes, they took the wig off the Lara Croft head, so now she's bald with all the kind of facial scarring and stuff, which is very uncomfortable. But
It's so weird.
don't fear, this image shared on Reddit was shared across the internet. It even reached Crystal Dynamics, who just went, all right, I don't give a shit. But most importantly, it was shared on laracroft.pl, which is, of course, Poland's Lara Croft fan site.
Great.
A Polish-specific one.
Love it.
Bizarre.
Okay.
laracroft.pl reached out to MediaMarkt, who actually
I
gave
thought
them
you were about to say reached out to me. You were like, reached out to me, Media Markt.
MediaMarkt, that's me.
MediaMarkt.
And got a reply from this Polish EB Games who said, we are, and this is for Google Translate, so forgive anything that's weird here. We are also saddened by the vandalism committed by one of our shop guests, deprived the hair of the Lara figure, which we are extremely proud to have. We are currently looking for a wig as close as possible to the previous one, and after buying it, we will try to attach it to the head owner as strong and resilient as the strength of her character, and as indestructible as the passion of all Lara fans for her adventures. We will inform you about the happy ending of this case.
That is such a strong Strong way to say we're just going to attach it well.
Yeah, we're going to glue it on.
Won't be. Yeah, that's as strong as
resilience and strength.
as strong as Lara holding up the country of Poland.
Yeah, as this statue fucking did.
Jeebus.
It was
My goodness.
And then a few days later,
I also love that they said they're going to attach it to the head owner.
Yeah.
The head owner.
It's the
what a way to say that.
Is that the manager of MediaMarkt Krakow? He's the head owner, I guess. Maybe he's bald.
Getting a wig.
He's getting a wig. And not to worry, a few days later, the hair was returned, and not just a simple replacement. An employee of MediaMarkt Krakow sourced a braided wig, which now makes it like a nice crossover of like the old Lara Croft and the new Lara Croft.
Cool.
And I got a picture. You can kind of see the progression of this amazing. That's Sprite, but the progression.
Sprite.
There you go. You can see. We've got OG wig over here, which was kind of fine, but very bushy. It doesn't really nail it. And then we've got bald Lara in the middle. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then we got
head wound.
She's got many. They're not there in the other one. It's like there's a lot of effort gone into this statue that gets hidden.
Totally,
by the wig. But then you can see here Katniss Everdeen at the end. We're all
it very
good
much
now.
is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a Lara Croft wig, but they tried. So if you live in Krakow, don't fear. Your monument is returned.
Good. And we are returning to a little bit of news that I reported on a few weeks ago. I can't remember if it was the last episode or the one before. The story that I reported on was that Sony were increasing the prices of their consoles worldwide, except for the US, of course. Well, just a quick little update on that. Well, a quick little addition to that now. Because since then, Gamer Hotboy and Xbox CEO Phil Spencer
I was like, Protect?
Yeah. Close enough. They can be Gamer Hot Boys together.
Yeah.
Has said in an interview that increasing the price of the Xbox Series X line wouldn't be a wise move for the company right now.
Cheeky boy.
So could happen in the future, but they're not doing it right now. And he also said, basically what our argument is his reasoning for this. Customers are more economically challenged and uncertain than ever.
Correct.
So he doesn't want to put more economic strain on people.
Yep.
Limiting their chance to actually get the console.
Yeah.
Which is, that's our argument for all of this stuff. Like,
people don't have money.
Any company that's like, oh, we had to put our prices up because of these reasons. It's like, you didn't though.
No.
Because everyone's in financial hardship right now.
Yeah.
So you might be helping yourself, but you're not helping anyone else, any of your customers, making everybody pissed off.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
That's all that was.
That's all that.
That's the news. Let's get the fuck out of here.
It is.
We don't have time for this. Welcome to Cues from You. I've got cues from people. Josh, would you like me to say one first?
Yeah, you do it. You can see me frantically looking around my computer.
I can see light bouncing around your room. My first one comes from, I grabbed them because I'm like, I'm going to get on top of them this time. And then I never look at them again. First one comes from T'Chaka, who says, with the Wakanda America crossover game announced, what two unlikely characters would you team up together in a sequel game? Examples may include Namor the Submariner. That's the weirdest way anyone's ever said that before.
Submariner.
My favorite shopping center. And Howard the Duck, Guardian of Alpha Flight, and Matt Murdock of Hell's Kitchen, etc. Fun little things there. So yeah, if there was a sequel game for the Sundance game, which I think would, continue the story. I think more so if there was another game bridging two Marvel characters together, what would we like? This is a good one. I'm going to try and rip some characters from my mind and throw them on screen. Maybe I'll start with picking a character I like. So I've got She-Hulk. There you go. Now, what's a character that would be weird with She-Hulk? None of them. She bangs them all. That's not helpful. And that's not even a joke. Literally, like that's an element of her character. Is you can probably look up She-Hulk and someone, and something's probably happened between them.
Probably.
That's not. I'm not intending to be. That's a character trait. Trait's not the word. I'm trying to think. As an MCU one, Euros and Kate Bishop. So it's a Harry Styles and Haley Steinfeld double act game. And so it's actually no, because Euros fucks everyone as well. God, the MCU is horny.
Like I like. Is this specifically? Does it have to be weird, or are you just thinking of like weird?
If it works, it's cool.
That's fair.
Yep.
Okay, so there is a duo that turns up in comics a fair bit that I would love to see turn up.
Yep.
I feel like one of them has never gotten a game before. One of them has many.
Yep.
And there's another duo that I just like seeing, and there was a comic book that came out a few weeks ago with them. So the first one, the common one that comes up is Spider-Man and Daredevil.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool little crossover.
Yep.
I think it would make sense. I think it would be easy to put them together. They've already got a bunch of Spider-Man games. Just get some Daredevil in there. Let's do it.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, and very cool. I think kind of mechanically they would work similar-ish, but Daredevil would probably be a little heavier.
Yeah. It'd be like Nightwing and Dick Grayson is the same person. Nightwing and Robin.
Yeah, pretty much. So that would be cool. And one of the team ups that I love, just because they clash. Well, they kind of clash a fair bit, and they're weird characters together, but they do turn up together in a lot of things.
Yep.
Is Miss Marvel and Wolverine?
Yeah.
For some reason, they keep crossing over, and I love it. I think it's great. So I would love to see a game where they're actually like interacting.
I like
that. See that in some sort of like visual form that's not just comic book. In a moving form, in a movie, in a game, whatever. I think that'd be really fun.
Okay, I got mine. Drax and Mr. Fantastic, because the smartest man alive and the not and quite the as much.
Amazing.
And because Mr. Fantastic always conducting experiences, he's very don't come to his house after dark. Experiments. And Drax, formed of a cocoon, was a normal dude once and then became this like crazy thing. So it's like maybe in this universe, Mr. Fantastic accidentally created him, and it's like a Dr. Frankenstein situation where he's like, how do I deal with my monster? We've diverged from the game idea, but that's someone else's problem.
It's the odd couple.
Yeah. That's always
creating an odd couple.
Yeah. Love an odd couple.
I like it.
Thank you, King T'Chaka, for that question. Had a little stroke there.
Cool. I have a question from Laucat.
Please.
Very recently joined the Patreon. I was going to give them a shout out.
Yeah.
Along with
someone else.
Someone else that's LAU.
Yeah.
That stood out.
I'll find them.
Laughing Seal.
Yes. Yep.
So we usually do a like middle shout out to people.
Yep.
This is your shout out. There you go.
Laucat,
Laughing Seal. Thank you for joining. You guys are awesome. Laucat asks, Pokemon Violet or Scarlet? Help me choose. I always have one that I would very much lean towards.
Yes.
In this case, it would be Scarlet, because Scarlet is more red.
Yeah.
And I love the color red. It's one of my favorite colors. So I would say Scarlet. But is there a difference? Well, because usually there's a difference. Is there like a legendary Pokemon difference between them?
So there's two different ones. There's one of the legendary Pokemon for Scarlet is basically Mega Man. He's got like an arm cannon, which is random, and then the one for Violet is like got knives for hands. Is their kind of different creatures across the things, and obviously the mounts are different as well. Like your lead Pokemon is different between the two games.
Which is the red mount? It's got to be the red mount is the one that comes with Scarlet, I assume.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it has to be that one. It has to be the motorbike that has
Yeah.
wheels but uses its legs.
Well, they both, because I thought it was just one of them as well, but both of them. Oh no, yeah, it's true. Yeah, the Scarlet is the one that walks still, but Violet turns into a motorcycle and just uses the wheels. That's right.
Yeah. It's got to be the one that looks dumbest.
The dumbest one. Yeah.
The dumbest one. I love. There's a GIF of it running.
Yeah.
And it's the dumbest freaking looking thing.
Yeah.
And that's the one you have to choose. That's the one that I will choose.
Yeah.
I will be using that one, and it just looks so stupid.
It's good. And you get Mega Man as you do.
So keen.
Which is good. Which is
You
cool.
got Mega Man.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think we solved that one.
Done.
Do we want to do another one, or do we want to just speed through this? So we gotta.
We do have a stream to get to.
Yeah. Maybe that's enough.
So that's enough this time.
That's enough. If you want to give us more questions, you go to Accuse from You. You can go into our Discord, get into the Discord, patreon.com/each to their own $3 super secret Discord, and go into the feedback thing, go into Ask Edo, go into the Google Sheet. It's a process, but we want you to do that process.
Please do. Please do. We're running out of questions. We need some questions.
Yes. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, Finchy.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Absolutely. He's had 2 goes at this thing, so he's going to be good.
Excellent. Cool.
So Finchy's here because he's got a little thing that he did last podcast that I thought I'd bring in before the Rex because he's watched something finally, and I'm excited to ask him about it.
Hey, what?
Cool.
It's okay.
Oh, yeah,
You'll
cool.
get there.
Hang on, why? Why am I here?
Why? Why was
I'm
I on the
intrigued
floor?
by this.
But Josh did something last time which was really fun, and I want him to do it again. Well, he asked if he could do it again, and then I said yes. So
Yeah, because
Awesome.
I don't know if people liked it, but here we go.
they got no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll force them to.
Do the little ditty that you prepared earlier.
What?
Go on. The little song that you got for it.
I don't even know this song.
No, you got a song. Come on. The song that you prepared for this segment that you do.
I don't have the song.
Yeah, you got a song.
Hang on, I'm panicking now. I have no song.
No, you got a song.
Okay, so it's on this day. Dun, dun, dun. On this day in 1814,
Yeah.
and the Star Spangled Banner was published as a song, and the lyrics were done by some Francis Key dude.
Yeah.
And the song was actually done by John Stafford Smith. I don't know who
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah. Probably
I've
a little
heard that name.
Yeah. Probably well known for creating the American
Yeah,
national anthem.
true.
Yeah.
John Stafford Smith, the
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
that wrote the American national anthem,
Yeah.
is from the UK.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
That's very
How good is that?
Can't
America.
escape her. Can't escape her.
Freaking British. They got you.
1972, police find cannabis growing on a farm owned by Paul and Lisa McCartney.
Ah.
Yeah.
There you go.
you go.
The veggie garden was a lot more.
Yeah. And then I'm going to jump a lot. In 2001,
That is a
George Bush
Yeah.
declares a war on terror after the 9/11 attacks.
Wow.
And that's
Oh, yeah,
when he
of course.
did his big speech on the, what's the date? 20th of September.
Yep.
And on you know what song released on this day in 2011?
No.
Everyone's favorite Carly Rae Jepsen song, "Call Me Baby."
Wow.
Hey!
That is Josh's favorite song of all
Great.
time.
That is my favorite song.
Yeah. And then
It's a fun song.
It's up there.
it's a good song, catchy.
Yeah.
And actually relating to a topic that you spoke about before.
Yep.
2013, Grand Theft Auto becomes the fastest entertainment product to reach $1 billion in sales.
There you go.
And then the first edition of the Frankenstein sells $1.17 million in 2021, setting a new record for a printed work by a woman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. And now do the theme at the end of the segment, Josh.
What's the segment called? Okay, so it's on this day. Dun, dun, dun. It's weird because I got a delay in my headphones.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you can hear your own voice.
Yeah, that I've been hearing my own voice the whole time.
That makes sense.
I think that works.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, we're good. Oh, sweet. Oh,
Oh my god.
All right.
That's great.
He
Yes,
was getting a
Josh.
speech jammer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Josh, I have a question.
Yes.
Did you grow up with Foxtel?
No.
No?
Well, no, I
Okay.
didn't. Why is that?
Because there was a TV channel on Foxtel called TV1.
Yep.
and every day they had just a little like couple of minutes segment, which was basically like on this day.
Yep.
And it had like curtains opening and closing and these horns going da da da. Like, it was basically what you did. And I thought you just stole it from TV1.
No, I did not know.
That was Josh original.
If TV1 wants to sponsor us, please do.
Yeah.
Or I will just take over your TV show.
Yeah, just take it.
I think
I'm gonna fucking find that intro now.
Years ago.
I'm gonna find that intro, and that's what's gonna play.
Yes, sweet.
Excellent.
Thank you, Josh.
But with your trumpets.
Yeah,
Just in the background.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like that.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for bringing us the news of On That Day.
Thank you.
And now it's time for the Rec Seg. And I'm going to let
Rex!
because we've got a new clip. So I'm going to let you have a listen in on that. Everybody, get ready for our first video and audio Rec Seg.
Recommendation, what am I watching? Recommendation, what am I needing? Recommendation, recommend it to me.
Oh, it goes, oh shit, that was a bit at the end. Play it again!
Oh, no.
No, we'll hear it at the end.
That's the best way to introduce that
Something.
video is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to cut it off. Be like, oh no.
Oh no, it's not over.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
Thank you to Joshy20 for that
Yes,
wonderful.
I thought it might have been. We've been talking about playing guitar lately.
He's going for
Great.
it.
Awesome.
If you want to submit a Rec Seg intro, you can get in the Discord, chuck it in the catch up channel. It's easy. This is a Rec Seg. We wreck stuff. I've got some TV, film, and game. Do you want to start off with TV and film?
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm going to kick us off. My three
Yeah,
things.
do
The first thing is Lost Ollie, which hit Netflix a little while ago. It's a like live action animation hybrid. The usual story of a little toy being lost from a boy, and the toy has to get home to his owner. But it is a lot more than that. And it is creator wise, I'm not familiar with any of the names. Sean Levy's involved, but that's only like as an executive producer, and I think he just executive produces everything at Netflix now.
Sure.
It's in terms of familiar faces, very few. The father is played by Jake Johnson, so it is just Peter B. Parker as the kid's dad.
Great.
And yeah, it's really, really good. It starts off as almost feels like a live action Unraveled, like that kind of wholesomeness of a the Ollie, the lost toy, is the most like innocent thing in the world. Like it is just exactly what you expect from that. But yeah, there is more to this thing than meets the eye. I don't know if trailers reveal that. I didn't see anything going into it, but it was kind of one of those shows where we were watching it, parents, and we went, this is okay. And then just something happens and it's like, okay, we need to watch all of this now. There's only 4 episodes. They're all only about 40 minutes long. It's easy to get through. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
My heart is breaking just looking at Lost Ollie.
Correct.
At Ollie. Oh my goodness.
Correct.
That thing is the most adorable, sad-looking thing I've ever seen.
Yep. Yeah, give him a Google.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google this. So what is it? Lost
Oh my
Ollie.
goodness.
Yeah. The animation does wonders for it. It's the kind of animation style that like you could pick it apart because it looks. Yeah.
There was a TV.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was an animated
it's silly.
ABC or show back in the day that kind of had like a more animated cartoony vibe, and it just reminds me of that. And I'm like,
It'll make you cry.
yeah,
It'll make you cry. It for sure will.
this. Oh, there's a clown in it. Oh.
The clown is pretty fucked. So that's on Netflix. There's 4 episodes of that. Definitely give that a look. A show that I thought would be like a fun, I just watched it and it's over, that's cool. But now will need to fit in my top 5 of the year for shows, is Cars on the Road. The animated short series that dropped on Disney Plus Day last week.
Right. For Cars?
For Cars.
Like it's Cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Sick.
It is perfect. Like,
Interesting.
I cannot phrase. It's like, I think maybe 90%, no, 90% is huge. 50% of it is that, Cars was the thing for me. That's the one Disney franchise I love. But the stories successfully do the thing against the way that Cuphead did it, which is every story is so suited and tailored to the world they're in. Every story is completely different. The score is phenomenal. Like,
Okay.
the score, and I like, of course I'm always listening to the score, but this specific one, moments happen, and I'm not just impressed with the story, I'm impressed with what the music is doing. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, in a way of like, oh, I didn't think that you were going to go that hard in that direction, because like a lot of short film kind of stuff, every one of them is completely tonally different. There's like a horror one, there's a clown, a circus one, there's a thing, and all of the music fits to those things, and it's wonderful. Like, I also don't think I've watched Cars stuff since I was younger, and so it's like now I'm like, oh, that is Owen Wilson in a way that I've never actually really realized, and so now I'm not just looking at Lightning McQueen, I'm actually seeing Owen Wilson, and it's like I'm impressed with him in a new way, because I'm like, oh, you are Lightning McQueen in a way that I don't think my child brain ever registered.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah,
Nice.
they're like incredible. Also, the premise, which is the funniest part, and the reason why I think it works is it's kind of mature, kind of adult in a way, is Mater has to go home because his sister is getting married. That's the premise,
Aw.
which is lovely. And
That is
so
really sweet.
and he lives on the other side of the country or something, and so they're like, oh, let's do a road trip. So that's the premise of it, is Lightning and Mater getting to his sister's wedding. And
Do you get to see Mater's family?
oh, you do, and it is
yes.
incredible. It is, and that's the other thing, is it is expanding the
Sounds so
Cars
funny.
world in a cool way. I will admit, a character that is definitely from Cars 3. I haven't actually watched Cars 3. It actually made me go, oh shit, I haven't watched Cars 3. Because they appeared and I'm like, oh, I don't know who you are. And now I want to watch Cars 3. But yeah, you definitely get to see Mater's family, which is very
Excellent.
good.
Great.
And the last little bit of TV and film is Harley Quinn Season 3 is finished, and it's not great. It's pretty average.
Okay.
But I'll leave that to when we can talk about that together in the future. Sheep, Joshua, do you have some TV and film?
I do. So I'm currently still an episode behind on She-Hulk. Just been super busy, haven't had a chance to chuck it on.
Yeah.
Catch up, mate.
I know, I'm terrible. This is what this is shows for.
Catch up.
This is what this is shows
This is what
for.
this is, sure.
I saw Nope with Ben yesterday.
Nice.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we saw together.
That was
You
a
did.
Yeah.
You did.
very relaxedly intense movie.
Yeah.
It was
I know it's an oxymoron, but yeah, sorry. Yeah, go, Josh.
it was weird. Yeah. We struggled to say anything to each other at the end.
Basically.
We were just like, that was something.
Oh, wow.
Like, I think we enjoyed it. Like, we did enjoy it. But I think we both left feeling like there was a lot of tension that was not released
Oh, interesting.
properly. Yeah, we didn't feel like it ended. That's probably the end of that sentence.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt weird. Like, there were things that happened that felt like they weren't explained. We discussed things afterwards, and I think I came up with a theory about why the monkey was in the film at all.
Oh, yeah.
And then
it's not hard.
Yeah, and then we kind of, because we couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, well-
we were discussing it for a while, and then as soon as I got Ben back home, I realized and went, wait, before you get out of the car.
Good.
And then he looked it up and then sent it to me and was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this is why.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just a metaphor.
yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, kind of. Because, it was a weird thing. We just had a lot of questions. Like, we're like, well, there's this, but then why this? Whatever. Anyway, rambling now.
Yep.
But yeah, like, enjoyed it. Like, incredible, like, cinematography. Everything was amazing. Paced really well.
Yeah.
The designs of things were very good. Or the thing was very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Cool movie.
Yep. Just a lot of questions for you.
Just left us with questions and left us feeling like, like the tension that had built up was not released. So we left very like,
That's a
what?
shame.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Josh released his tension quite
Just
often.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
in the movie.
In the movie, yeah.
Oh, yes. Quite a
What the hell
lot.
was Josh doing in the movie?
Just letting it out.
Yeah, it was a movie.
Correct.
It was.
Anything else from TV and film for you?
One more.
One more.
One more. So I watched one episode of something, and I want to go back
Interesting.
because it intrigued me enough. I don't know if I enjoyed it, but it intrigued me enough that I want to go back. I watched the first episode of Bee and Puppy Cat on Netflix. Yeah, so this is a new series that was released on Netflix.
Yeah.
It stars Ashley Birch as Cass. It's like a weird anime style, but also kind of feels like it's got Madeline vibes.
Yeah, right.
Like
As
the stop
well, so
motion
that-
thing.
Like
Vibe or
simple.
No,
simple
not
animation.
Coraline.
No.
oh, Madeline.
We love our
Madeline,
bread, we love our
like,
butter.
it's Madeline.
Oh, the French.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
kind of looks like it has visual vibes of that
Yeah.
mixed with a bit of anime.
the French.
So it's,
I remember that.
I remember the French.
I remember the French.
Revolution.
So Ashley Birch as Cass.
Yep.
A guy called Kent Osborne as Deckard, who was one of the writers of Adventure Time.
Of course. All right.
Kind of has a little bit of those vibes as well. It kind of in a way, it's so weird. It's so freaking weird because you watch it
Yeah.
and it's so dry
Yeah.
and slow
Yeah.
and unusual.
Yeah.
It's the whole like anime vibe where something happens and then there's a shot of another character who's sort of looking off into the distance and then just turns and goes, huh?
Yeah.
Basically the plot of the first
Say
episode
that.
is a girl is working for a restaurant and something happens in the restaurant. There's like a fire goes up, everyone evacuates, and then the girl gets fired.
Yep.
So she now no longer has money. I think on her way home, she finds this weird alien that looks like a dog and a cat. So she calls it Puppy Cat.
Makes sense.
That's a good name for it.
Yeah. She takes it home. It speaks in a weird language that you can't understand, but it has subtitles.
Oh wow.
Yep. And it's just kind of like a like just weird nothing.
Yeah.
Basically she's like, I can't feed you. Like I want to look after you. I will buy as much as I can to feed you. I won't have any food though, but I'm sure I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
And he's like, basically like, look, my job is to go around to different universes, sent by this agency and do things. So why don't I get you a job with them? So then they go up into space, they go to the agency.
Yep.
And their first mission is to look after a planet, which is also a baby.
Sorry, when you say baby planet, it's a baby sized. No, it's a planet sized baby.
It's
Like, is it in the shape of a child?
basically, yeah. It's like a full baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's like a full planet, like
Yeah.
a normal planet, but it's got this big planet head on top that is
like
attached.
the sun from Teletubbies.
Teletubbies, yeah.
Kind of, but the head is on top
Oh, so
of
its
the planet.
body
So
is
it's
the
almost
planet.
like its body is the planet.
Right.
The head is on top, and when they get there, it's crying, and
It
the
floods-
tears are just like flooding the planet. So the water is sort of all over the planet, and it's just pouring off the bottom.
Holy shit.
Right.
There's also just this weird like music playing the whole time, like just weird.
Like ambient music.
Yeah, the whole time. Very
Weird.
cutesy, like kind of like playful, like boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
boop, with like ambience as well. The whole episode. It's really straight. Like, check it out. Watch
All right.
just an episode.
What's
just
it called again?
See what you think. Bee and Puppy Cat.
Okay.
So Bee is the name of the main character.
Yep.
Not Ashley Birch's character, a different character. Ashley Birch's character is very, very Ashley Birch, but she's also a programmer. And her computer has actual legitimate code that it works
Wow.
on it, and you can see it. Like I paused it, was looking through. I'm like, that is real code.
Very good.
But there's kind of like, it feels like a kid show when you
Yeah.
watch most of it.
Yeah.
It's so weird to watch. I was on my phone for a lot of it, which is probably why my review was very messy. But then towards the end, when they got to the baby planet, it really got my attention, and I was very confused. But there's one point where, the baby's crying a lot. And so Bee offers Puppy Cat as like a toy to the planet to cheer it up.
Yeah.
And obviously Puppy Cat doesn't like this and yells, Judas!
Oh my god, it's Nick Boy.
Yeah, because Judas betrays Jesus in the
Good.
Bible. And so it's so funny. Like, it's such a weird thing. And then there's this huge, like, this huge battle, which is not kid friendly.
Good.
At the end, and it's like it's so strange. And then they end up getting sent home afterwards, and then money falls out of the portal that they get sent home to, and then she has money to buy things again. It's like it's nuts. It's so weird. I haven't gone back to it.
Yep.
But it's such a weird, awkward, kind of difficult to watch show.
Yeah.
But one of the other weird things about it, just super quickly, is I think it was a series that was made for YouTube. It was a YouTube series, and it's either been remade or recut for Netflix.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what it is, but when you look it up on IMDb and anywhere else, it is the episode listing is messy as hell.
Yeah,
it's so I can't work out
the order,
what I'm watching, and where I'm getting this stuff from. But
Yeah, wow.
yeah.
How funny.
It's a weird thing. It's very, very strange. But
All right.
yeah, I kept seeing it, and then it showed up on my phone. Like Netflix is like something for you.
Yep.
And I'm like, fine, I'll watch an episode. And it was weird, man. It was weird.
Everyone give it a watch and find out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, give it a go, please.
I also just a rec from Angus. What the fuck is his last name?
Who?
Ronald. Angus Ronald. Wow.
Yeah, okay.
My brain just couldn't find Ronald just then. He says, I just got a message through our Slack. Hopefully this isn't... Can I get to it from here? He says, when do She-Hulk eps drop? It might be my fave Marvel thing in ages. So I assume he's either just caught up or hadn't watched anything yet, but there you go. A man that struggles to get into a lot of the Marvel bits and pieces. She-Hulk's the thing. It works for everyone.
Cool.
It's good
That's
stuff.
awesome. So good.
Just quickly, Josh, you finally finished Stranger Things.
Yeah. Oh yes. When did I finish it? Probably
He had to watch it with his partner.
I watched it with my girlfriend.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Good series.
Good series.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it was like the strongest one so far. Oh, yeah, I think 1 and 4 were strong because 1 found it like the foundation for the
really
whole
good,
series.
solid foundation.
Yeah, and then
definitely
2 and 3 exist, and then 4 was like bam.
2 exists to get Dustin and Steve to be friends. 3 exists to watch that, and then there's a new season.
Yeah,
of Stranger Things.
Basically, 3 exists for Dustin and Steve.
Without
more friendship.
Yeah.
Without that friendship, I don't know where it'll be now.
Yeah. I mean, the show itself, I think, tonally is built around what they became. Like, the show is so much more funny because of them, I think, as well.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
thank goodness for those guys.
Nice.
Very quickly, 2 games. 1 game I already talked about on Pocket. If you're going to say that, go to backpocket.gg and get to the YouTube channel. You Suck at Parking, finally out. It was a game I played the demo of and adored. I adore the full game. It's not a game I'm going to sit and complete all at once. It's being on Game Pass. I'm going to boot it up every now and then and go, all right, that's 1 done. Good. I'll move on.
Nice.
Which is a delight. But a game that...
Glad it's on Game Pass. I'll jump on that.
Totally. Game Pass has got a good sweep of games because a week or 2 before that, which I think was also on Pocket, Midnight Fight Express dropped, which is kind of top-down-ish, beat 'em up, almost Sifu-styled combat, which is a delight. It's only about 5 hours long. I think I've got an hour left to go, and I started it last night. I love it.
Nice.
It's the Will game, and not just that, it's the Grey Man game, because the base character, before you do anything, is a blonde man with a black jacket with red stripes on the shoulders, grey sweatpants, and brown shoes, which is the exact outfit from the Grey Man.
Excellent. That's
Probably
awesome.
unintentional, but it's like, I was playing it, and like, you get back to the main screen where you can see him, and I went, holy shit, it's the Grey Man.
What's it called again?
Mid-fight. That would be great. Midnight Fight Express is the name of the game.
Cool.
I tweaked my one to get even closer to Gosling, but it was enough to make me go, this is cool that it exists. Also on Game Pass.
Yeah, like an orthographic view sort of thing. Yeah, okay,
That's the word I was looking for.
Gotcha. Yeah,
But yeah, give that a look, both on Game Pass. Very exciting. I think I've got one other game downloaded, Tinykin. I've got to play it before the year's out.
Nice. That's Game Pass as well?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. So for me, I have played a little bit more Riders Republic. Still loving it. It's great.
Update
and
drops tomorrow.
Does it?
BMX. There's no bikes in that game, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Fucking
Great.
weird.
I haven't touched
Bizarre.
that in a while. What do you mean, like BMX update?
So they've added BMX bikes to the game.
I
But
thought there was already one in there.
correct. There's already
I
bikes.
collected one in the first week.
Yep. And then they're like, and we've added ramps and rails. And I'm like, yeah, they're around. Like,
Can you like when they say we've added?
yeah. They put them in the world.
I wonder.
Can you grind on them?
Probably not grinding, I guess.
Oh, then
I wonder whether the BMX, because BMX bikes generally have pegs on the side so you can
Yeah.
grind.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So maybe that's
It's
the
stunt
addition
specific.
is yeah, so
Yeah.
it's specifically for tricks. So
Yeah,
like
okay.
you can grind on snowboards and skis and stuff, but maybe that's the addition
Maybe.
for the bike
to the BMX. So they already
Yeah.
existed,
Yeah.
but they just
They've added some
like
stuff.
an extra little mechanic to some of the bikes.
Hope so.
Maybe.
I've heard they just added a bike to a game that has bikes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and one more game that I did not realize came out like 2 weeks ago, and I've been waiting for this game for a while, and only started last night, like as soon as I got home after I realized it existed. Steel Rising. The like Victorian era French robot game is
Yeah, the-
actually out. I
old
didn't
history
even
thing.
realize.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it came out. It's fine.
Yeah. No.
It doesn't feel amazing.
Yeah.
I also bought it in the cheapest possible way that I could, which was still $85.
Oh, God.
But
I don't think I've
everywhere
spent
else-
that money on a game in a long time.
I know, but everywhere else, even physical, even
Yeah.
EB, JB, everywhere else is $90 for physical. So it's cheapest on PS5 digitally.
Yeah.
Even Xbox is more expensive.
Cool.
It's weird. So it doesn't feel like amazing. And the graphics kind of feel like previous gen graphics, like a Xbox One, PS4. The lighting is pretty good. I guess the lighting is probably
saving it.
the next gen thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a Souls game. It's probably going to be my first Souls game that I actually get through, I think.
God damn it, Joshua.
What?
You're going to have to say that to someone who plays video games at some point. You're going to have to say that your first Souls game is this fucking shit game.
It's Steel Rising. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. And I will be strong and I will tell him with confidence.
You'll say, I played that. It's my first Souls game, and I'm really keen to play A Plague Tale Innocence one day.
I was literally thinking about it because I was on Game Pass earlier today.
Yeah.
And realized that, Epic. On Epic.
Yeah,
It's advertised on
because it's
Epic.
coming up now.
That game comes out in 1 month.
The sequel.
Yeah, the sequel. I'm gonna freaking try and play it like on stream
You should.
in the next
Book
month.
out your Friday. You got a day off.
Yeah, true. I was thinking if nothing comes up on Friday for me, because we're not streaming this week, we're
Yeah.
having the week off. It's a public holiday in Victoria.
Yeah.
If I am free, I might jump on that.
Do it.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I do want to play it. I want to get through it.
He's gonna do it.
But yes, that will be my first. I've played other Souls games, but this is
Yeah,
the one that I
you'll
want to
finish.
finish. Especially since I spent too much money
That's
on it.
fair.
I need to warrant
Yeah.
spending that money by actually finishing the game.
It's nice to own like Demon Souls, but it's like, well, I just wanted to own it. Whereas this one, it's like, don't waste that money.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, 100%.
But speaking of streaming, we got to get the fuck out of here. So let's quickly
do.
get a little message from Joshy once again.
Recommendation, what am I watching? Recommendation, what am I needing? Recommendation, recommend it to me.
Oh, it cuts off in its own. It wasn't even on me.
Oh, it does. So that
That's
was
just what
it.
it does. All right. Thank you for listening and watching to this. This has been the ETTO's Catch Up. In terms of stuff coming up, tomorrow, which is when this is out, so it's not tomorrow. Currently, the Catch Up is out because you're listening to it. But
If you haven't realised, you're an idiot.
yeah, you're a bit of a fool. You're a bit of a fool. You heard it here first. On Wednesday, I'm going to stream just to fill the channel to keep it live on a Wednesday evening. Thursday is Back Pocket, but it's also Comic Cast for Harley Quinn, the Eat, Bang, Kill tour. You won't be able to see the Melbourne mates live, but you'll be able to hear from them on Thursday in a full comic cast. And then Friday, maybe Josh stream it. Maybe. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
He doesn't know.
There is actually also the latest Harley Quinn animated series comic book came out this week.
It did, yes.
Or last week or something.
Last week,
It's a thick one too. It's one that has an actual flat spine. It's
Yes.
very thick. So I bought that on Sunday.
Yeah, good.
I'll read that
good.
at some point.
Yeah,
in a
watch the
few
show.
years.
That one's apparently got season 3 spoilers in it, so you have to watch the show.
Gotcha.
First.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
And if you want to watch the show, be my friend. I'll find it for you.
That's
right. Until the next time, though, you've been...
I've been the other Josh.
I've been the first Josh, I guess.
And I've been not Josh, I guess. See ya!
Bye-bye.
See you on stream. Yesterday,